next up, when leading through creating invoices workflow and getting close to that closing payroll, click up the button, we want to also ensure that you're also making sure to double check a report that's under your invoicing and payroll. So you're usually going through your week, and either in the evening time or in the morning, you're creating invoices to ensure that your customers get charged and the money gets put in your bank. Before you close payroll for a week, you also want to ensure that you do not have any jobs not invoiced in this section. And what that means is that you might have just missed a day of INJ closing, creating invoice records. So let's go ahead over to our INJ report. I'm going to use the previous week before the last time we closed payroll. So we had closed payroll 1 through 17, and let's just go ahead and look at this new week, which was last week. And you can see here, if I pull up April 30th on my INJ reports, it's going to show that I still have not created invoices. So I also want to go, again, before I close payroll that includes that date, I want to not only be checking each day of the INJ report for the 5 business days that I'm going to be closing payroll for. For some of you, it might be 7 business days for the entire week. Some of you, it might be 10. Some of you, it might be 14. But you want to ensure that you've created invoices for each of those days. And there's also a backup report here called Jobs Not Invoiced. And so this gives you an insight into jobs that you have not invoiced. So again, this is information for this week. If we go ahead and change the date range and look at last week and click update, you can see my Jobs Not Invoiced report is going to show me jobs with timesheets, which means a technician checked in and checked out of that job, and the bill rate's greater than 0. What that means is if there was any redos here, or if you had a company set up that you did, a trade with, and you have their 0 bill rate, you wouldn't have them here. Other jobs that might show up on your Jobs Not Invoiced to keep in mind are customers that you batch invoice. So again, you're going to be double checking to make sure that it wasn't due to you not creating invoices that you see jobs here, and that is the reason we see jobs here. Or the other reason you might see jobs here that have not been invoiced yet is because they fall under your batch invoicing category of someone that you collect the invoices and batch them together. You can see we don't have any current customers awaiting to be batched. So all those jobs on that report for 4-3 are jobs that we forgot to create invoices for and would need to go back to our invoicing and job records report for 4-3 before we can close payroll, which includes that date. So again, this walkthrough video was to remind you of areas to check before you close payroll. You want to ensure that your invoices are created on your INJ reports for each of those dates. You also want to double check your Jobs Not Invoiced report before you click that close payroll button. Thank you.